The trucks have to come like.
Okay, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and call to order the meeting of the Carroll County Alcoholic Beverage Board. Let the record reflect that it is August 6th, 2026. We are running late. It is 11:07 a.m. Board members, if you want to introduce yourselves real quick.
Randy Myers.
David Weckerly.
Anita Hardman.
Yeah, I'm Officer Gillum with the State Excise Police. Just as a matter of record, this is being recorded with audio and video equipment, so be mindful of anything you say after this point. Since you're going to be offering sworn testimony, I need you to take an oath. So if you would please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the answers you've given on your application or any testimony you give, questions asked by the board, be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you very much. Can I see your sheet real quick? I did not get mine printed off. They got lost somewhere in the email. I didn't even know we had a meeting. Okay, so you're here for renewal with violation for the Burlington Boathouse, South Michigan Road, Burlington, correct?
Correct.
Permit number RR 0835666. It looks like we have two violations. First one was 6/13/2024. Administrative violation for type 2 gaming advertising. $250 fine was paid. Correct?
Correct.
And the second one was July 29th, 2025. This was an administrative violation, so this is scope of catering permit, unauthorized beverages, and falsification of records. $2,000 fine was paid on that. How about you go ahead and explain the 2024 violation first?
The
So scope of type 2 advertising.
Yeah.
It's like June.
progressive draw. We were advertising it, putting stuff up on Facebook. My fault for not putting through every line of the rule book says you can't do that, even though if you look around about every bar in Indiana. But someone must have complained and we got talked about it.
And it was the issue is putting it on Facebook.
Yes.
Never heard of that.
Floored me, but
I also don't run a business that has type 2 gaming, so. It can be a lot, I'm sure, to try and figure out all this stuff. Okay, you want to talk about the other violation?
I don't see my, what thing was that?
That one was on July 29th, 2025. This, I believe, was related to the catering that was.
Oh, I had a building next door. So I own the boathouse, the building next door, I bought it. And we were using kind of like an event center. Burlington Event Center is what we called it. And
Are you sure that's what it was for? I thought it was for. Was it like a business that you guys were filing paperwork for, but they weren't actually catering to? I think it's something. Give me a second. I gotta check the violations on these other ones real quick. So go ahead. You probably understand it more than I do.
well, that's what the one I was thinking of. We were, since we had this space, people would rent it for, a family gathering or a wedding recital or wedding dinner. So I was just using my liquor license from the boathouse, asking for a catering permit to have a open bar next door. Again, I didn't know the nuances of it, that you're not, if you're, if it's so many feet away from this place, you already have a license, or, because we cater all over the place. We do weddings at the Gathering Barn over on 421, Parish House over here. Some places in Lafayette. I just thought it was just another, but since I owned it, they thought I was like expanding the footprint of my restaurant.
Well, if they had thought that, they would have charged you with alteration of floor plan, I would have thought. It's interesting because we have lots of other businesses that do the same thing.
They're not connected. No, they're not connected.
Yeah, if they were connected, you could just change your floor plan and include everything. Let's see. I looked at these reports once before, but I'm to the age now where,
We could
you know what I'm
get
talking
old.
about.
Hey,
Okay, I'm gonna jump back to this one for. Let's jump back to your gambling violation real quick, because I think it varies somewhat. June 24th, 2024, the District 3 office received a complaint reference a third party conducting illegal poker games at the dock for the Burlington Boathouse. As a result of the investigation, the business received a warning for promoting professional gambling. Additionally, the type 2 endorsement of the alcoholic beverage permit was issued a violation for unauthorized advertisement, type 2 gaming. See, there was complaint for Outlaw Poker Club.
correct.
Confirmed that this was a charitable organization registered through the Indiana Secretary of State. One of the organizers was Chris Payne from Lafayette. Outlaw Poker Club is advertising free poker with no buy-ins on its website. While looking at the Burlington Boathouse Facebook page, found several advertisements involving the bar's type 2 games, included monthly drawing pull tabs. June 4th, 24. The officer went to the Burlington Boathouse, stepped to speak with the manager and the owners. The officer advised that the poker games, or maybe it was you advised, that the poker games were run by Chris Payne and provided his phone number. Mr. Nye was also stated that he believed it to cost $7 to enter the poker game. You didn't have any, so you weren't running this, it doesn't look like.
No,
You were letting somebody else come in and run it.
yeah,
Officer asked you who was responsible for the Facebook page. Is that you?
correct. Got the day that the officer was there. I wasn't in the store. So I knew Chris had a game over at Big League in Lafayette. So I said, hey, you want to talk to the guy who runs the business? He's over in Lafayette. You can head down that way. And I believe he went there. That was Corey, who owns Big League, and Chris, who was running the game at the time. And I was pretty sure Chris, when he talked, and he had all his appropriate documents, so he could run these games.
Okay, the issue I think is illegal buy-ins. Any sort of gambling for chance where it's not a game, anything other than a game of skill, something you can practice and get better at. Poker is not one of
So
those.
darts, pool.
Yep. Yep, even like the little golden tee bowling things, you can practice and get better at it. I mean, granted, you get practice and get better at cards, but because of the random nature of the draw, it is a game of chance, and you cannot have any sort of a buy-in. So what your guy was doing was requesting a voluntary buy-in or donation, trying to circumvent it. So that's what was happening. It's not related to the advertising. It doesn't look like. And that's what it says, but so yeah, you're advertising no buy-ins, but then doing it kind of anyways. And it looks like you've stopped this practice. Correct?
Oh, yeah, there's not been poker since then.
Is poker still like a big hot thing that people are doing?
Around Lafayette, he probably has 40, 50 guys once a week, sometimes twice a week at Big League.
And I suppose they're probably pulling in lots of people from out of town.
Oh, he also asked me to aid officers. I had to go back through like 18 months of Facebook pages and delete anything that had a picture of. That was time consuming.
Okay, so we're gonna jump over the 2025 violation. Initiated investigation into the sandbar and
Oh,
grill.
sandbar.
So it is that,
That's
that's the one I'm
different.
seeing.
Yeah. Forgot that sandbar.
Do you want to try and explain that one while I look?
Well,
at this?
Sandbars up on the Lake Shaper, almost where the, becomes a Tippy River.
Is it Monticello?
Yeah,
And to be fair, they did not have an active permit at the time, right?
correct. So they had just sold, Jackie had just sold the Shaper Boathouse Restaurant, which is now Crown Danker. But she still owned the other. She was in the process of wanting to get it up and running. In the meantime, she was holding events. And her and Pam Wentworth,
Who was a partner of yours?
partner of mine in different endeavors, rental properties and stuff. Not the boathouse specifically, but she owns the Rossville Water Pub. And in 2016, we partnered and started the Dock Delphi, and we sold it, and I bought it back recently. So Jackie and Pam were friends. Jackie's, hey, I got this thing I'm doing. I want to do this stuff. We're going to turn it into a bar eventually. But in the meantime, we want to have these summer events because, you know, on the lake, you only have so many weekends to get stuff done. And Pam asked me if I minded we do it out of my place. And
Do the catering.
yeah,
So the business doesn't, the boathouse, is that what it was called?
yeah,
Oh, Sandbar.
sandbar,
Sandbar does not have an alcohol permit at the time.
right,
So they want to open while they're waiting, serve alcohol while they're waiting for their permit to go through.
right,
So they're hiring a caterer to come in and serve alcohol.
yes.
So who, do you remember who initially was doing, was that Pam doing it through a different business? Cause I see BJ Kelly's name in here as well.
Yeah, BJ was just on the, as a 1% owner, so he could do his catering. Do you remember that?
I do, and I still am rubbed wrong by that whole thing.
But it was yours. I thought it was your idea.
That was not my idea. Nope,
Oh.
that was somebody else who outranks me.
Oh. Whole different story. But we were just,
Whole different story.
if you give BJ 1%, that he could do this thing. We had 1% of his business and.
So I
But-
looked at, so there was a couple issues with this. Whoever was catering there. So I think that at some point, your catering license was being used for events at the Sandbar,
Right,
but you weren't really running them, right?
Pam was.
But she had filed for a couple of them, but was going ahead and just doing more without actually filing for the paperwork. Is that it?
I believe so, yes.
And they were leaving alcohol there. So when you do a catering thing, the alcohol goes with you,
Take it back.
comes back with you. They basically just set up shop there and were operating. But part of it was your license, someone, I guess it was you guys somehow falsified, what was it, false records? You remember anything about that?
I don't. I really didn't have. My fault, it's my license, I should have been more involved, but I trusted Pam. And Pam was running it, Jackie. I just kind of turned it over to them to take care of it.
Was Pam a partner in this permit at the time?
No,
So that's part of the issue. Then why were you signing your catering stuff over to a third party that wasn't even one of your business operators? Because you were just signing it, right? And
Right.
she was doing all the work,
she was in,
but not even with your stuff, right? Did she get blocked from using her license for catering there?
I think so.
Why was she using yours?
I don't remember. She just came and asked me if we could, do you want to do this?
But you didn't actually do anything. You just signed the paper.
Right, no, but they used the liquor out of my liquor inventory. So I was making money. Cause they're agreeing to get the liquor from my liquor inventory. Go up there and,
When you apply for catering events, it's you who should be using it. Did something come up where because the business had a pending alcohol permit, they couldn't do catering events there, so they were actually filing them for the business next door?
That I don't know, Chairman.
changing the address, but it's still using the bar that was otherwise disqualified.
I don't think there's two addresses on that property, is there?
It seemed like there was something next door. Trying to scan through this stuff takes forever. Was BJ attached to your business at all?
At that time, I believe so. He is no longer attached.
To the Brenington Boathouse? So this doesn't, okay, so it looks like BJ filled out and signed the catering authority request, stated that he was contacted by Pamela Wentworth and asked to fill out the catering authority request for the sandbar. He stated that he had no actual knowledge of what was going on or of the agreement between the two businesses. He stated he only completed the catering request at the request of Pamela Wentworth. Trying to put the wrong. So really, it doesn't, correct me if I'm wrong, it doesn't sound like you were actually directly involved with this. The people who had access to your permit were doing some of this stuff and you end up with the fallout.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't let other people do this sort of stuff with our licenses, but, and you should know that at this point, but I guess this is a good reminder. Because it cost you $2,000, or did you pass that on to them?
I paid it. My mistake.
How many businesses are you involved in currently?
Boathouse, Duck Delphi. That's all that I running through. That is in the restaurant industry.
How many violations have you had between all your businesses? Are these all of them?
Thanks. We have 7 days here.
Over what sort of period?
I think 23 to 4. I mean, one's like you have a big sheet, poster sheet for the full tabs.
So it looks like a lot of this is related to gambling.
Yes. Not having the gambling or the,
And I understand that it's complicated. But it looks like you probably ought to get a handle on that because it's costing you money at this point.
well, yeah,
More than you
Poker. That stuff. The posting online.
Yep.
Which I don't understand because you see, Indiana does it with all their stuff. I know it's a different entity, but Hoosier Lotto, Progressive Draws on every commercial, every social media. So a bar can't do it.
It's big enough to be the legislature, I guess.
And it's- Who we vote for.
Okay, I don't really have any questions. I would tell you that I would stop getting violations pretty soon. At some point, I mean, you are obligated to maintain a high and fine reputation in the community. And at some point, you get enough violations and a board's gonna deny your permits. Yeah, I don't know which counties you have permits in, but it could be this board, it could be another one, but at some point, they're gonna stack up and it doesn't paint a real good picture. You're easy to work with. I understand some of this. Thankfully, it's mostly gambling, not related specifically to the alcohol permits or service of minors or intoxicated patrons, so. Kind of dodge a bullet there, but, guys, we have a couple options. You can do a standard 2-year approval. Do a 1-year approval called informal probation. Or we can deny it. If you want to deny it, let me know and I will read off the reasons that we have to choose from in the denial. I don't think we're to that point yet, but. So thoughts, questions? You're welcome to ask whatever questions you would like.
The majority of violations were gambling or anything on alcohol. That's right.
Yeah, the biggest one is the falsification of records. And cursory search of the report and then my memory talking to the officers, it's not like you did it, but you have people who are using your license doing it, so. I mean, you're still responsible for it.
I'm responsible. BJ was on the, BJ was part of the business at that time. He wants to fill it out. The reason Pam wanted him to fill it out, he does a lot of bar catering. He had a business, mobile bar business, and he just, the paperwork. We don't do it often, because kind of feels complicated, but he had a good relationship with the people in Crawfordsville, or wherever the office is now. It was easy to have someone who was familiar with it to fill the paperwork out. Do it. And he was on the liquor license at that time. So,
No more, right?
no, he's got his own place in
Yep, little,
brick and mortar.
each cake.
Yeah.
All right, board members, thoughts? You want to do 1 year or 2 year and
Year.
1 year? So it's moved and seconded for 1 year approval. All in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed? Okay, motion will carry. Okay, so informal probation, I think we can say we want you to keep a better eye on this stuff and so you're easy to work with, so that helps. But, yep, and if you need anything, just call and I know you will. I'm not real good with the gaming stuff, but I can find you somebody who does. So.
Right.
All right, thank you for coming in.
Thank you very
Sorry
much.
I was late. So.
No problem.
Okay, board members, you guys have anything else? Okay, I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
We're gonna do all the others.
Oh, are there more? Oh. Well, that's what happens when I don't have my paper. Okay, renewals, no violations for the Carroll County Country Club, East Howard Street, Delphi, permit number RR 0898132. The Dog House, West Highway 421, Delphi, permit number RR 0836928. Los Mija, North Wabash Street, Delphi, RR 0838459. And then the Dollar General, West Main Street in Camden, DL 0834200. Any questions, concerns, or motions regarding those?
Make a motion, we approve them.
Second.
Would be seconded for approval. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion will carry. I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded for adjournment. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.